Hey guys, welcome back to the Parrott Bros. Now today we're going to be discussing diagnostics tools and why these could be beneficial to you. Now I'm sure if you've driven a car for a few years, you'll have had at least one engine light, one warning light, something pop up, ABS light maybe, airbags, whatever, and you've needed to get it rectified. Now the garage, generically a garage will charge an hour's labour for a diagnostics, and that is simply just to bring your car in, plug it in and give you a report of what needs doing. Often these tools can cost about the same as an hour's labour, anywhere from £50 to £250 depending on the complexity of what you buy. Now Xtool have sent me this D5s tool for free to do a review and let you know what I think of it. Now in the hand, it's a really nice piece of kit. It feels like aluminium with rubber sides, quite durable, all in one and quite an easy to read screen. Very simple to use. There is a memory card slot and a charging port at the top. However, when plugged into the car using your OBD port, it will actually charge the unit as well. So if you did want to charge it up and have a play with it in the house, you could do. Also, it connects to your Wi-Fi seamlessly at home and you can do all updates. I would always recommend when getting anything that has updates available to do them first. Now this actually comes with free updates for life, so any updates that the company make will be done. You can do them regularly. If there's any changes or anything like that, they will come free of charge, which I thought was a nice touch because quite a few of them normally charge a subscription. Now let's get this unit powered up and we'll have a look through it. It will do most of your normal stuff, all your general code reading, auto scans, going through the different modules. It'll also allow you to see things like engine temperature, engine speed, wheel speed, all that kind of stuff. And it also has special functions. So if you have a newer car, not so much on a Mark 1 TT, but I'll show you here now. It does ABS bleeding. These are the stop-start batteries, EGR regen, electric parking brakes, power steering, DPF, cleaning, service light, resetting your gearbox, suspension, injector coding, headlight adjustment, tyre pressure reset, and all things like that. Now, a lot of those things aren't really relevant on the Mark 1 TT because they're sort of a bit before that. But like I said, this does cover most vehicles, super simple to use. Enough of me talking, let's get in the car and have a look. Okay, so get your unit, plug it in. This simply just pushes into the top here. And then you need to locate your OBD port on your car. They're all in different places. On an Audi, they're just under here. Plug it in and then turn your vehicle's ignition on. That will allow you to connect to most of the systems. Now, let me zoom you in a bit. We'll start with an auto, so we'll go into diagnosis because I have a warning light. So you scroll down to your vicinity, which we have Europe, and then click on Audi and it will automatically connect. It just says, please open the hood for models after 2019, so we don't need to worry about that. Then it gives you three options. It gives you automatic, manual and system selection. We'll go for automatic. And then what it's going to do now is it's going to test through the different systems it has. Now this is quite a basic car, so it will only have a few systems. It will have engine, transmission, probably internal electrics, and maybe ABS. It may only have three. It's just executing it now. This, I actually noticed when playing with it, it works slightly quicker on the Mark II, but that's kind of to be expected because this is old technology. So it said it's logged into the car, so you click auto scan and it's just going to work its way through now. So like I said, this works slightly quicker on the Mark II over the Mark I. Not a problem, it still works in a fair amount of time. Oh look, we've already got something here, which wait for this to work through everything else on the car system, and then I'll show you some of the information that it shows. So it's saying 3 out of 4, but I know it's only going to go 3 out of 3 in a second. Oh no, there is 4. Excuse me. So we can check all the different systems. So we've got engine electronics, transmission electronics, brake electronics, and airbag in the scan. So if we click on engine electronics, that's red. And we'll see what it's going to give us in the way of fault codes. This will also allow you to measure stuff. Of course, you're going to need to start your engine if you want to read certain blocks. We'll read the trouble code. And we've got catalyst system, bank 2, efficiency below threshold. Now, bank 2 should be the after cat. So the cats may be on their way out. And it says passive sporadic, which means it is not latched, so it's not a permanent fault. We can't erase it there, but if we go back one, we can clear trouble codes from the second menu. The trouble code has been cleared. Read trouble codes, no trouble code. So that's good, we've completely done that. So what I'll do now, if we go on to live data, we'll go custom list because then it just brings you everything. And this will give you a full rundown of all the different things you can watch. You can pick selected ones. You can watch for, what have we got here? You can look at timing, engine load, engine speed. You can look at various voltages and temperatures at different places. All the normal things you'd expect to see. And like I said, it's fairly user-friendly from a standpoint of being able to use it and how to use it. And for the money, for the price point, it's just over £100. I don't see this. I see this being as quite a worthwhile piece of kit to have. Certainly, if you get an engine that you want to read, say for instance, you think you might have an ABS issue, one of your wheel speed sensors has gone down. Super easy to check. Let's go into brake electronics now and see what it lets you read. So we've gone to live data. Yeah, so it gives you all your wheel speed sensors. So you could jack your car up, spin all your wheels, and it will tell you the exact speed of each wheel. So then you'll be able to see whether the wheel speed sensor is playing up or not. That's really good. Tells you if your brake warning lights are on and off, ABS is on and off. Or it even gives you steering angle sensors. Yep, so if you change, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. If I hold that up to there, you should be able to see the steering angle sensor change when you move the steering wheel, which is quite good because that's quite a common fault. So you can measure that that's seeing it correctly. I like that. You've got your yaw rate sensor and your lateral acceleration sensor, which is your two sensors which also work with the ABS and the traction control. Often they fail, so that's great that you can read those. Or if it doesn't read it, then you know you've got a problem. But like usability, very, very simple. And the fact that it just reads everything. You want to come out of the auto scan, yes. Let's see what other menus it has. So let's go on auto scan, auto indication, identification. So you don't even need to put your VIN code in, it automatically populates it onto this. Like I said, it's a little bit slower on the Mark 1, still works absolutely fine. I think it's just because the old Mark 1 ECU is a bit slow to respond. On the Mark 2 it is far quicker. Okay, so this menu is much the same as the other one that we looked at earlier in the diagnosis section, and this allows you to go through all of the modules the same. Now the only thing I will say is I did contact them and I've not been able to find the information to be able to measure the chains on a Mark 1 3.2. They did say that it'll only show what your vehicle is putting out, but I know I can check it on VCDS. So whether I've missed it because there is some 200 and something options, I've not actually found the cam correlation or the cam stretch measurements or the chain stretch measurements to be able to measure it. But bar that, it does everything else that most of these code readers will do. It does have camshaft actual adjustment value, but whether that's what we want or not, let's have a look. No, that's an RPM. So it does have certain things that measure the correct values that you'd expect to see. I'm probably just not looking at the right one. It does have a camshaft actual adjustment value, but then it gives it to me in RPM, which is not the measurement I'm looking for. So I could well be looking in the wrong place for this. Like I said, there's some 300 and something. Yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of values. So oh, here we go. I think I found it. Well, this is exhaust camshaft offset and adaptation. Yeah, so it gives it to you in a value that doesn't really make sense. 62. I don't know what sure 62 is, but and there it says 66 degrees, which doesn't really make any sense either. So it's definitely an interpretation of, but bar that, this does everything you'd want it to do. It checks pretty much everything, and like I said, it's pretty simple to use. A little bit slower on the Mark 1 than the Mark 2, but by no means slow, and it will do everything you'll be able to do. If it's something simple like, let's say for instance, one of your wheel speed sensors goes, if you're handy with a screwdriver, that's something you can do yourself, but without one of these, you won't know to take it to the garage. They'll charge you an hour's labour, and then they'll charge you for swapping the sensor, whereas you could have just plugged this in a couple of minutes. It will have told you a wheel speed sensor. You could have jacked the car up, spun all the wheels, seen which one was the problem, and then swapped it out yourself, therefore saving you a trip to the garage. But yeah, nice, really nice build quality. Feels nice in hand, really sturdy. You could definitely drop this and it wouldn't have any issues. I love the fact that it comes with the updates because it just means in the future, if you buy a newer car, this will transfer onto that. Or if one of your friends has an issue, they can just plug this in, and then this is becoming more and more valuable to you because you've been able to use it on multiple different platforms. For the money, I think it's a great idea. I will pop a link to this in the description for you to go check it out. Let me know what you think, and if you've got one of these or an Xtool, feel free to let me know what number the cam stretch measurements are. But I hope you've enjoyed watching that, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.